Alina Residences of Boca Raton is a new development right in the heart of downtown Boca Raton. I'm delighted to be your sales director here on site. I'm excited to be bringing you the very best of Boca Raton luxury real estate. And today we're going to drill down into some of the details about Alina Residences. Some of the basic facts of the project, a bit about our pricing, our location, and some of the details of not only the amenities, but also our residences. I'll have some beautiful renderings and photos to share with all of you. And I encourage you, if you have questions, there's a chat window that you'll see on wherever side of your screen that you have it set up. For most of us, it's just on the right side. I encourage you to put your questions there. We will probably cover most of what you will ask, but every time we do one of these presentations, it's a surprise. There are some really high quality questions that we get each and every time. We will take a few minutes at the end to be sure that absolutely everyone has their questions answered today. So again, I encourage you to add any questions that you have that come up. Don't be shy, and we will get all of those questions answered. So meanwhile, let's get started and talk a bit about Alina Residences. So in front of you on your screen, you will see this is some amazing technology. This combines actual photography with renderings. So we're delighted to bring this to you so you can get a very good idea of what Alina Residences looks like, how it's situated, etc. So on your screen on the left side, there is a building, Alina 200. This is Alina Phase 1. This is a completely built building which delivered in spring of 2021. It is completely sold out and fully occupied. That is an actual existing building. In the center of your screen, you will see Alina 210. This is a boutique residences with only 30 residences in the entire building. It is a scaled down building with scaled up residences. We'll talk more about each of these buildings a little later in the presentation. And then on the right, of course, we have Alina 220. This is the sister building to Alina 200. We have residences starting at a 1-bedroom, just under $2 million, all the way up to our penthouse collection, approaching $9 million. The entire campus of Alina Residences is nearly 9 acres, with nearly a third of that being dedicated to outdoor space and gardens, which I'll show you some renderings about that as well a little later in the presentation. For now, what I can point out, if you look at the very bottom of your screen in the foreground, you'll see a lot of landscaping along the walkway on Southeast Mizner Boulevard. This is a beautiful paseo with benches, artwork that's provided in partnership with the Boca Raton Museum, as well as some beautiful landscaping. There is a walkway that goes around the entire campus of Alina Residences. It is lit at night. On the east side, it's along the golf course. On the west side, it is on Southeast Mizner Boulevard, just across the street from Royal Palm Place. And that is some of our best restaurants, boutiques, and shopping in the corridor. You'll see that we are adjacent to the Boca Raton. So if you don't recognize what you're looking at here, you are facing due east in this photograph. You're overlooking this beautiful resort, 18-hole golf course. To the right, you'll see a pink tower. This is a historic tower here in Boca Raton, built in 1926. It is really a historic landmark here in Boca Raton and something that we all embrace as a symbol of our little hamlet. Just to the north of that is the grounds of the Boca Raton Hotel. Across the way, you have the Boca Raton Beach Club. You'll see oceanfront condominiums on the other side of Lake Boca Raton. From our higher residences, you will see all the way out over the golf course, all the way on to ocean. And from our west-facing residences, you will look over the top of Royal Palm Place, seeing fountains, trees, and city, and in the evening, a beautiful sunset view. So that's an overview of our tiny little hamlet here in the heart of East Boca Raton in the downtown core. If we take it out a little ways, I'll tell you a bit about where we lie relative to some of the other areas in Florida that you might be familiar with. Boca Raton is located about halfway between Palm Beach International Airport and Fort Lauderdale International Airport. If you're one of the privileged few who find yourself flying private, you'll be delighted to learn that Boca Raton Airport is general aviation only, and it is located about 10 minutes away from Alina residences. Right in the center of your screen, you will see a gold-colored square, and it reads Alina Residences. That's a little marker. You can see the curved shape nestled right there on the grounds of the Boca Raton and across the way from Royal Palm Place. We're less than a block from Mizner Park and the historic City Hall building. We're less than a mile from the ocean, so we are walkable. It's interesting, going back like 5-10 years, I never heard the term walkable. It was like, what does that even mean? What is walkable? And now it's on the tip of everyone's tongue. They want walkability. So what that means is that you don't have to get in your car. You can leave your residence, say hello to the doorman, and walk to dinner. You can walk out for a coffee, to meet friends, to be social, to go to the beach, to exercise, without having to commute anywhere. This idea of a hyper-local community is very desirable, and many people choose to find Alina Residences home simply for that reason. Now, if you were to get in your car, I would recommend checking out the Town Center Mall, which is about a 15-minute drive, and that has all of the best shopping in the corridor. We have Saks, we have Neiman Marcus, we have Bloomingdale's, we have Nordstrom, and all the luxury boutiques that you would expect, as well as some really great dining options. Again, about a half hour to the north is where Palm Beach is. So if you really want to experience some elevated shopping, check out Worth Avenue. It's definitely worthwhile. We also have some beautiful public museums and arts and culture types of establishments there in Palm Beach. And on the other end, half hour away, we have Las Olas and Fort Lauderdale, the beaches there. If you want to venture just a little bit farther away, you can head south to Miami. You can get there in about an hour. And we are going to offer Michelin star dining and more arts and culture in the Miami area, including the Perez Art Museum, every major professional sport that you could think of, whether it be MLB, NBA, or NFL. All right, coming back into our little hamlet here of Alina Residences. Again, we're in the heart of downtown Boca Raton. You'll see where we're located here. I'm going to tell you a little bit about availability and the offering itself at this point. As I mentioned in our overview at the top, Alina 200 is sold out. Those residences ranged in size from a 1-bedroom plus den all the way up to a 4-bedroom plus den configuration. It delivered in spring of 2021. Alina 210, just in the center, is our boutique offering. The building is scaled down and the residences are scaled up. So the smallest residence in Alina 210 is going to be a 3-bedroom configuration that's about 3,200 square feet, starting in the low $4 million range, all the way up to a 4-bedroom penthouse, and that is offered at just over $10 million. There are some special features about Alina 210, which we'll review in some future slides. The bottom line is that they are amenities that are exclusive to the building of Alina 210. Alina 220 is the sister building to Alina 200. Very much like Alina 200, our offering begins at a 1-bedroom plus den and goes all the way up to a 4-bedroom plus den. Our opening price point at Alina 220 is going to be just under $2 million and go up a bit over $8 million today. Now, I keep saying the sister building. So Alina 200 and Alina 220 can use one another's amenities. Why is this important? Well, because they are slightly different. There is about 1/3 of the campus dedicated to outdoor space. On the amenity deck of the Alina 220 building, we have bocce ball, we have gas grills, we have cabanas, we have lounging areas, we even have a putting green. On the amenity deck of Alina 200, it's a little more of a setai vibe with reflecting pools and also some summer kitchens and some areas designed for relaxation. Alina 220 has a 75-foot lap pool on the roof, and that is adjacent to a 2-story fitness center, which is gorgeous. And on the Alina 200 side, we have more of a resort style pool. So you could hang out and lounge. There's a jacuzzi, slight different vibe, but collectively you have the best of both worlds in terms of amenities. Let's take a look at some of them, shall we? Here we have, again, Alina phase 2 to the left. This is a little bit of a close-up of Alina 210, and to the right, this is Alina 220. Just in the foreground, you're going to see the guard gate, right? So that is definitely restricted access. We are going to have 4 valet stands among the 3 buildings. There are fountains, landscaping, and in terms of the service offering, we do have the guard gated entry, which is unique in our marketplace. We have valet, concierge doorman, we have on-site property management, on-site maintenance, pool and spa attendant, and really anything else that you might need can be arranged by the concierge, including massage, facial, hairstyling and makeup, and more. Just here, I'm delighted to show you the lobby area of Alina 210. So our architectural firm is Garcia Stromberg. So if you happen to be an agent in the new development marketplace, you've surely heard of Garcia Stromberg. They are one of the most highly esteemed architectural firms in our region, and for very good reason. This design is inspired by organic movement. You'll see organic movement here in the wood with the down lighting. Just in the center, this is a living wall. In Alina 200, of course, the building is finished and we get to see these things as they sit today. This, believe it or not, is a rendering. The living wall is probably one of my very favorite features. So Alina 200 has its own private lobby, and this is a rendering of that. Just here, you'll see this is an indoor plunge pool. This is in Alina 210, and behind you'll see this striking mosaic installation. So in the buildings, we have a variety of amenities. Each of the buildings has fitness, it has spa, massage room, Himalayan salt room, steam, sauna, lounging areas, and more. Just here, we have a private pool for Alina 210. This is a lounging pool. Of course, as a resident of Alina 210, one is welcome to use the amenities of both Alina 200 and Alina 220, creating myriad options for the residents of Alina 210. Now I'm excited to tell you a little bit more about the residences themselves. So what we're looking at here is a second floor residence in Alina 210. This is a private plunge pool on the terrace area of a private residence here in Alina 210. You may see a little bit left of the center of your screen, you'll see a summer kitchen that's going to include an outdoor grill, sink, refrigeration, and of course, a prep area. So we have really worked hard to marry the very best of indoor and outdoor Florida living for our residents here at Alina. This is part of what we are calling the Alina 220 collection. We happen to be looking at, probably this is the 7th floor. I'm going to guess this is the 23 line of Alina 220. The Alina 220 collection is an expanded offering over and above the remainder of the Alina residences. It's a very special collection that comes with it a few additional features. So that's going to include a summer kitchen, very much like what we saw in Alina 210 with a cooking grill, sink, refrigeration, and prep area. You're also going to see some expanded appliance offerings, plunge pools in select residences, and even a morning bar with coffee in the primary suite. This is a rendering of the 23 line that looks out and over the Boca Raton. You'll see here that it is a corner residence, so you have glass all on the 2 sides. On the right side of your screen, you'll notice that this is floor-to-ceiling windows. These pocket all the way back to one side or to the other so that you can open up and live that Florida lifestyle with your inside and outside living. Just here is the lap pool that I mentioned, which is on the roof of Alina 220. This is a 75-foot lap pool really designed for fitness and lounging alike. and it is adjacent to the two-story fitness. If you look just a little left of the center of your screen, you will see the ocean on the horizon. There are exceptional views from this area. Speaking of fitness, here is the fitness center rendering for Alina 220. You'll notice again this striking architecture by Garcia Stromberg and the design elements. The LED recessed lights in the ceiling are definitely a focal point. We have the etched glass you'll see there in the center of the screen, a little in the distance, along with the floating staircase. This is on 2 floors, and on the right side, you'll see the floor-to-ceiling glass that looks out over that exceptional lap pool. All right, let's talk a little about our interiors. This is very exciting. Alad has elected to provide some exceptional features as well as some breathtaking finishes. What you're looking at here is a kitchen of the 23 line. You're going to see the Italian matte lacquer custom cabinetry. You will see a suite of brushed stainless Gaggenau appliances. On the left side, you'll see that it's column refrigerator freezer along with wine storage. Everything is panel ready over there, so you actually don't see the refrigerators, but you know their location with the wine fridge in between. You'll see large format porcelain flooring throughout the residence, and the backsplash, it's a little hard to see in this rendering, but it's this very striking Crystallis porcelain that we're very excited about. And just here, you'll see the primary suite bath. The porcelain in the shower is evocative of a gorgeous onyx. You'll see the LED wall wash, which absolutely makes this such a focal point. This is a giant format shower. This one happens to have 2 rain heads plus body spray. Then we have the soaking tub just in front. You'll see again the large format porcelain, which goes throughout the residence. Each one of these vanities is a floating style with lighting and all porcelanosa fixtures. The LED mirrors are included and have some really, really convenient storage just behind. Here we continue with a rendering of the 23 line. This gives you really good indication of the way that these floor-to-ceiling sliding glass doors open. You'll see a lot of open air here. This is what we find is how people want to live today in Florida. So that concludes the renderings that we have. I'll take it back to our main image, and I'd like to open it up to questions from our guests. So if you'll just put in the chat window the question that you have on your mind, then we will make sure that everyone gets their questions answered. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, here they come, all the questions. All right, let me answer Loretta. Is there a restaurant on site? This is a fabulous question and something I normally mention, so I was a little remiss today. One of the benchmarks of Alina Residences is that we do not have any public access on site. We do not have any commercial real estate here. So no restaurants, no shops, and no public access. This is a private residence only access. With that said, right across the street is Royal Palm Residences with the very best restaurants in town. So literally you would cross Southeast Mizner Boulevard and have myriad, I think there's something like 40 restaurants right there immediately across the street. We're also walking distance to some of my personal favorites here in Boca, if I dare to name drop: Trattoria Romana, Casa D'Angelo, La Nouvelle Maison, Luff's Fish House, and of course the restaurants from Major Food Group at the Boca Raton. Let's see here. Pet policy. This is also a very good question. We are a pet-friendly building. There is a maximum number of pets allowed per residence, which is 2. It's within sort of the normal policies that we see in the area. Karen When do we expect completion? So I'm delighted to announce that we are completely on track, and we have been since the beginning. It's one of the things this particular developer is known for, is being very punctual and very detailed. We expect completion in the third quarter of 2024. So about 18 months from now. Minimum rent period. Susie, that is a great question. I'm glad you asked it. We have had very limited opportunities to rent in the first phase of Alina. I suppose that's because everybody's so happy that they don't want to give up their place. You can rent with no waiting period whatsoever. The minimum rent term is for a period of 6 months, and association approval is required. Let's see here. Get my next question. How far are we from there? Okay, so we covered on the map our distance from the airports. We are about 30 minutes south of Palm Beach International Airport and 30 minutes north of Fort Lauderdale International Airport. And we're about 10 minutes away from Boca Airport, and that is a general aviation airport. Oh, that's a good question. Thank you, Brittany, for asking it. So we have mainly brokers on this call, and of course, we are delighted to announce that we are offering a full 3% commission to cooperating agents. Another thing that I think is important to note is that some agents are concerned, well, it's pre-construction. Do I not get paid until 2024? Not the case, and not to worry. You are paid your commission in increments, and the first increment is within about 30 days of the contract being signed. And so you'll receive a commission then, and then a second portion, and then a third portion. I will be sending an email out to everyone who participated today with more information, including the commission breakdown, including the deposit structure. If you happen to have clients who you'd like to present Alina residences to, I can let you know that today it is 30% at signing of contract, 10% at the top off of the building, and then the balance, which would be 60% at closing. You'll also receive in the agent Dropbox links renderings and some email templates that you can use. You are always welcome to use our collateral to market this project to your clients. Instagram is, I don't know, such a fun place for all of us, right? But it's also a great place to educate your clients about the types of properties that you sell. So I encourage you to use our renderings and to, give us a shout out. If you tag us, we may just repost you. Let's see. When will we receive the material? That's a very good question. Thank you for asking it, Alina. We are going to be sending out an email to everyone who registered for this presentation today, and we will be sending that email out within about 24 hours. So look in your, keep an eye on your email. Our system's going to send that out to everyone with a replay link. If for any reason you want to take another look at this, by the way, don't be shy. In the footer of the email, I'll include my personal mobile number. If you have any questions, just give me a call. I'm always happy to make myself available to you and to your clients to answer any questions about Alina residences, or really anything Boca Raton luxury real estate. Just consider me a resource. I'd be happy to help in any way I can. Let's see here. What is the lowest priced 3-bedroom? Loretta, that's an excellent question. And there is, among the sales team, sometimes we chat about like, oh, what's the best one, right? We sort of debate. So we were just having this debate yesterday about what is the best value 3-bedroom. So I currently have one remaining 3-bedroom, and that is at just under $3 million. It is one of my very favorite floor plans here on site. It's residence 202. If any of you are, I don't know, maybe you're on our website right now, take a peek at the floor plan. It's amazing. Lots of open space, 2 sides of glass, huge terrace. So that is a really great value option. And our 3 bedrooms are going to start at the $3 million mark. And I have 3 bedrooms going all the way up into the mid-7s. So that's going to be predicated on size, location, and view. But anytime you want to drill down and ask questions about our availability, you can always contact me and we'll send you over whatever you're looking for. Let's see here. Do I need an appointment? That's a really good question. We are always available to you. We are here 7 days a week. And I highly recommend calling ahead to schedule an appointment. We always like to prepare in advance so that you and your clients feel really well taken care of. We have plenty of time allocated to give you a full presentation. And in some cases, if your clients are looking for something very, very specific, we can prepare some collateral in advance and send it to you so that when you arrive on site, you look really, really well informed. We're going to make you look good. Let's see here. Next question, client registration requirements. It's a good question, Dina. So very much like most new development projects, you would just come in with your clients on the day of your appointment. They fill out a quick registration form and sign off that you are representing them. And then we'll do everything in our power to get you over the finish line and to make you look good. And we schedule a Zoom appointment. Absolutely. We love Zoom. We have technology to do virtual presentations. As a matter of fact, we have some very impressive technology that's by a company called Immerza. And that allows us to select a residence and to actually walk through it virtually. So you can walk through what an actual plan looks like. And that is something that's combined this virtual technology along with actual photographs of the views, etc. So that is very, very helpful. Sometimes our purchasers will look at a floor plan and they find it a little bit confusing. And so this really does help to give them a sense of the residence. We can do that virtually, even for local people, candidly. If they're just maybe not sure, let's schedule something and have them take a peek and then fly in or come and take a visit if it's still of interest. Okay. Any more questions? I think I got them all. I'm just going to take a quick run through. Oh, most expensive residence. Okay, well, aren't we fancy? Absolutely, I'd be happy to share that with you. So I'll just give you the range. Our opening price point for a 1-bedroom plus den is just under $2 million. I have something available in that price category, which by the way is really large. It's about 1,450 square feet. So it's a large 1-bedroom plus den. And then I have all the way up to a penthouse that is over 5,000 square feet. And that is going to be at about $10 million. So a lot of things in between to satisfy many people. My direct phone number. Because we're going to be publishing this, I'm not going to say my direct phone number, but I'm so easy to find, it's not funny. I will be including it in the footer of the email, and I'm also super Googleable, but I'm going to not say it out loud on this format. My client is interested in this. Okay, this is a good question. So what is kind of the difference between Alina 210 and Alina 220? And then she shares some personal things about her client, which we can dig into at a later time. The primary differences between Alina 210 and Alina 220 are the size and the number of residences. So in Alina 210, we are a boutique building. It's only 30 residences. They start at 3,200 square feet and about $4 million. So if your client is looking for something that is larger, then it could be a consideration both buildings. For many people, Alina 210 is maybe out of their price point. They need to start in Alina 220 in a scaled back residence. We don't have anything in Alina 210 under $4 million. So that would be one deciding factor. Next deciding factor would be the plan and the residence layout. So they are slightly different layouts. In Alina 210, we have 3 bedrooms and 4-bedroom residences. We do have some premium view corridor residences and then some side golf course view residences. In Alina 220, we likewise have direct full golf course view and ocean view residences. And we have side view residences as well. So it comes down to size, budget, and then it's going to come down to amenities. So how important is it to someone to be in a more private boutique residence? That's going to be a deciding factor. In Alina 210, they do have a different resident to staff ratio, right? Because there are only 30 residences. So the valet, doorman, concierge, attendant, property manager, et cetera, are only going to be serving those 30 residences. Of course, there will be more staff in Alina 220, but more people, more staff, more residences versus a scaled back, a little more of a private offering. So hopefully that information is helpful. And if you would like to talk more about the differences between the two, please give me a call and let's have that conversation. Okay, so that it looks like we made it through all of the questions in chat. It's been a real privilege to spend a little time with you all. Thank you for attending our presentation today. As promised, you're going to receive an email from me with some agent links and some information that's going to prove helpful to you. If you are interested in scheduling a one-on-one presentation, please don't be shy. It would be my privilege. So thank you again for attending this presentation of Alina Residences. I'm Rochelle LeCavalier, as always, bringing you the very best of Boca Raton luxury real estate. See you guys next time. Bye.